over 200 years ago, 1822, Alfred James Doogan was born in rural New York to a couple living off the land. The family moved to New York City when Alfred was a young boy in search of an easier life instead of living how the rough country would let him. 1842, Alfred decided the industrial life wasn't for him and set west for the experience he had as a child. In 1843, Alfred had landed himself in Galena, Illinois. Short on supplies, he found a job as a farmhand. Nearby, he met a young woman by the name of Elizabeth Murphy. By 1845, they had married, and they headed north in search of Alfred's original dream. The couple arrived in Grant County, Wisconsin Territory in spring of 1846. Alfred built a home that still stands today. They both lived great lives building a farm and a family. Alfred James Doogan lived to be 74 and passed in 1896. Elizabeth Murphy Doogan lived to be 79 and passed in 1903. They had both a son and daughter, Mary Doogan, born 1847, Edward Patrick Doogan, born 1850. And thus the farm lives on through a second generation. Mary Doogan remained single throughout her life, but did have a son. Edward Patrick Doogan ran the farm many years, married Margaret O'Connor, and had a son named Charles Edward Doogan, born 1878, with positive time through the years, possibilities of the farm being passed down to a fourth generation. Charles Edward Doogan also had a son born in 1898, named in honor of his great-grandfather, the pioneer of their land, Alfred Charles Doogan. The farm has survived 5 decades of cherished times, and the family was prepared to live the rough comfort of farm life. However, the world was not. Going into the 1900s, struggles began in 1918, as Edward and his wife both contracted influenza and passed only a short time apart from each other. Alfred Charles Doogan grew up the same as the generations before him in the family, but the United States called for him to enlist in the U.S. Army during World War I. Alfred served in France. During his service, he met Elise Martin, the daughter of a French farming family. They fell deeply in love before Alfred had to return to the Wisconsin farm. While away, Alfred Charles Doogan's father, Charles Edward Doogan, was shot over a land dispute with a sheep farmer nearby. His mother, Morning, fighting depression, passed soon after by suicide, leaving the farm unattended. Luckily, the farm was not abandoned for long. Patrick Sullivan, Mary Doogan's only child, moved in to keep the farm alive, while Alfred Charles Doogan finished serving in 1919. Alfred continued the family legacy with plans of the 5th generation being the last after the intense struggles. 4 years later, in 1923, Elise immigrated to the United States and appeared on the Wisconsin farm with a young boy that Alfred Charles Doogan did not know. That boy was his, and the name showed a glimpse of another generation, Alfred Charles Doogan II. Alfred Charles Doogan and Elise married in 1924. By 1925, they welcomed a daughter, Rose Margaret Doogan. Although the family name and legacy showed promise, the 20th century wanted proof of resilience. America entered World War II. Just like his father, Alfred II answered the call to serve. While in the military, Alfred became close friends with another soldier, Benjamin Morgan, from a small family farm in North Carolina. Benjamin was killed in action. When Alfred was sent home from the war, he went straight to North Carolina to help the Morgan family's farm operate while adjusting to life without their son. During those years, Alfred fell in love with Benjamin's younger sister, Helen. They married on the farm in 1952. The Morgan farm was sold in 1953. Alfred and Helen stayed in the South, where Alfred worked as a mechanic and raced cars on the weekends. In 1955, Alfred and Helen Doogan had twins, a boy and a girl, Alfred Charles Doogan III and Grace Rose Doogan. 3 years later, in 1958, they returned permanently to Wisconsin. Alfred's parents remained in the original farmhouse, and Alfred II built a new house for his family on the farm. Alfred Charles Doogan III aspired for the experience his grandfather and father had in the military and enlisted in 1973, serving as an aircraft mechanic. Sadly, only a year later, Alfred III lost his life in an aircraft accident. His death ended the direct Alfred line that had existed for over a century. Following her brother's death, Grace Rose Doogan devoted herself to helping her parents care for the farm. Though she never married, she later gave birth to a son. She named him simply James Doogan. It was a quiet tribute to the family's founder, Alfred James Doogan. James met Emily Carter in high school, married in 2002. In 2003, Emily birthed a son, Leroy Doogan.